Hello everyone, today we're going to be looking at another viewer video. If you are interested in participating in this viewer challenge where I review your video, Ready or Not and or Door Kickers 2, all you have to do is click on this video and comment in the comment section. The details will be in the description, or if you want to put it here, you can also put it here. Either one of these things, if you see the thumbnail with 1,000 viewers, 1,000 subscriber number on it, then that means that I'm going to be doing it. If you also want to put it on any of the videos that I put out for analyzing my viewer videos, that's totally fine as well. Just know that I'm more likely to see it if it is posted on the 1,000 sub viewer challenge, or the when I reached 1,000 subscribers. So just a little heads up on that. And there are a couple things I want to say before I start this video. Number one, I have a couple viewers in mind. There is somebody else, but here's one of them. I'm going to be doing this guy as well here, and then this one, and this one, and this one, and there's another one with this. This will probably be the last one since it's an hour long, so that'll be a very long video. But I'm probably going to just start kind of in this order. Very likely just do this one, and I'll kind of just go from there. So just know that I haven't forgotten about you guys. If you guys are curious, since it's been a little bit of time, since a lot of you guys have posted your videos 3 weeks ago, where he wanted me to look at this one nine days ago, and this is a month old, but I had already reviewed one of this guy's videos. So we're just going to start with this one. It looks like he wants me to review the S rank on Relapse. So we'll be looking at that. So with that said, I have not seen any of this video. I am going to probably make a little bit less commentary, just so these videos kind of go at a steady pace and are an hour long. But with that said, let's just get into it. As I said, I've not seen any of these videos. I haven't even pre-watched the first 10 seconds of this one. So let's just kind of see what's going on. Do this up a little bit. Okay, so this is a non-lethal run with AI. Okay, so he has 8 flashbangs, light armor. What is with this weird jitter? That's very odd. Laser pointer and the good SRO dot sight. It looks like he is using a controller. Okay, mirror gun. Good stuff. Okay, generally speaking, it's super rare. I've never had an instance where I've been in this location and gotten shot at, but having a weapon out is always nice, since there can be guys in the front area. But as I said, I've never had this happen, but it's always just good to be on the safe side. Okay, looks like he's focusing on a lot of the parts. He does have his team with him. I would be curious as to why he's not using a mirror gun here and leaning. Be very interesting. All right, flashing down the hallway. So this is an interesting choice, going for this guy. There is another room here to the left. Usually it's pretty rare that there's a hostile in here, but most of the time it's civilian. I'm not sure if this guy has much experience in the game. Oh, that was a good shot. It is very dark. Not sure if it's just me or the video, but okay, so obviously I presume this would be on standard, but I'm not quite sure. Looks like his team has some well, looks like my team a little bit. Get all the snazzy stuff. I would definitely wedge that door if you could. Ooh, that list thing. That seems like it's very painful to not do it in a millisecond. Good mirror gunning. I kind of like securing at the start. There is a room with this one guy back here in this room. Generally speaking, I do like to, it's difficult with non-lethal, and I'm probably going to be saying this the whole time with non-lethal. There's no good way to do non-lethal, because you always have to like sacrifice getting close to someone to secure them all the time if they're a bad guy. If there's a suspect with a gun, if you shoot them, they die, you have to worry about them. But if it's non-lethal, yeah, they have to be stunned, get on the ground, tied up, and you have to be close to do that, obviously. And it's very time consuming, of course, but oops, skipped a little bit too far ahead. But yeah, it's like non-lethal is always going to be, there's always going to be something tactically wrong, generally speaking, with non-lethal. It's hard to get in the mindset of differentiating non-lethal to lethal a lot of the time because they are so different in terms of like mechanically. Let's just get this back to where we were. Saw the lady on the other side. I would probably enter this room with the beanbag shotgun, peeking this. Honestly, as I said, like, got that little shake for some reason. I don't know what's with that weird shake.
Turn around, keep your hands up.
So a little note thing here. If you're looking at a target and you have the menu up, mine's middle mouse button, but I don't know what it is for console. Looks like it's R1. You press R1 and you can tell them to turn around from a distance greater, so you don't have to be like up close to them to press the turnaround button, which is usually shout. You can tell them to come here. You can open that door and kind of cover both angles the best you can.
Turn around, keep your hands up.
Also, I would tell guys to secure that and clear that kind of hallway close because that's like a dangerous location. I assume there's bomb vests on this on standard. I assume this is standard, but I could be wrong. Honestly, I haven't played non-lethal in so long that I kind of really don't know what what standard feels like sometimes. But sometimes I'm just like, yeah, hard mode definitely feels hard and sometimes easy depending on certain circumstances. Yeah, it is insane. Man, you gotta turn up your gamma or something. This is crazy dark. I must just play on really high brightness or something.
Use a jam.
Okay, so he's wedging the door. It's not a too actively hot kind of staircase. There can be a guy in there occasionally, but I found it so rare, maybe like encountered twice. Yeah, with non-lethal, it's just so hard to talk about it tactically a lot of the time because you have to sacrifice, as I've kind of already said. Oh, I love it when they get in the way. Isn't it the best thing ever? You have to sacrifice so much tactically to secure civilians and suspects. It's a weird way to play because you're always kind of putting yourself in a dangerous situation, especially if it's really fast. Or like you try to like speed up the process of how long this takes. So you like take shortcuts and other things like that. You like that he is using wedges. That's a very good utilization of wedges. Securing kind of like the area so there's no like to and fro character enemies coming. I do wish he would have secured that earlier room, as I had said previously, down that hall to the right. He's kind of looking. As well as a lot of the time I don't like going into rooms that are open until sorry, let me restate this. I'm kind of just watching and talking at the same time. A lot of the time, whenever you are in a space, it's always good to secure the open areas first. And if you do have to do a door that's closed, make sure you're kind of like securing, kind of like chronologically, if that makes sense, where you're clearing every threat behind you, so you only have to deal with threats in front of you. Now, obviously, this can mean a lot of things in various situations, but a lot of the time, and out right here, this is an interesting one. A lot of the time, people will be kind of looking here and scanning. And there is obviously like a visibility problem. But like around here, when you get to like here, you can kind of see someone is going to be here. Aiming here can be a mistake when this whole staircase is a potential threat. So I would just say, make sure you are looking at the top of where the staircase is. And of course, keeping your weapon pointed at where a potential threat will show up. Like this, much better. So he's kind of like looking and skipping ahead. This is how you would look at a staircase. In real life, you would like peek over the corner, potentially. Like, you would like lean over the railing to look up to see more, potentially. In the game, it's not as easy to do that, but good movement. He knows this is blocked off, so he's obviously done this a couple times. He's already S-ranked a lot of stuff. So cinematic. The cinematic slow walk. Unless he's holding shift to be quiet or something. Sneaky, sneaky. Okay, so he's waiting for movement, being very patient. I thought I saw something right there too for a second. And right here, yeah, just holding out the mirror gun for too long is a reoccurring issue here. Because if there is a suspect, you get very unlucky. And it does look like he's trying to sneak. Very interesting. It's something I was actually going to explore in Ready or Not, but okay, so this is a little tricky. I think going around this angle, this pillar, and then doing that would totally be better. Because if someone runs out from here, like let's say there's a guy here, starts walking forward, you're going to be in a bad position, especially the angles. So walking around to that pillar, getting that far kind of side, I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Did I pause it? What's going on? But like walking behind there would be nice. I know he's probably trying to be stealthy, so that would be a good thing, but that's a rough flash. You're always going to be wanting throwing flashes further in and never really close. If it's kind of a tricky thing. He does have a lot to use, so he's utilizing his gadgets, which I do like. He's definitely trying to make it as safe as possible. And I'm not sure, honestly, like, so the flash went off, right? There was no reward from it. He didn't get any value from it. And now which is kind of crazy. He's sneaking, hiding behind there. After you got no value out of it, he begins to strafe across a very dangerous area. And there's a side door to the right. Honestly, this is a tricky kind of situation where you have to pass a threshold. If you have people helping you secure this threshold, it's much easier. But honestly, just throwing another flash, there's no real downside to it. You're getting value out of it. And this is a tricky room, usually with like 3 to 4 people in it, depending. This is very unfortunate that he's in this corner and you have to engage this in such a terrible location. Because obviously you want maximum visibility when you're using the beanbag shotgun. So strafing over here really slowly, and he's crouching, by the way. I would definitely be standing if you're ever crossing a dangerous threshold. Going slow is probably the worst thing you can probably do, because if they see you, they shoot at you, you're in a bad position. Now, if you quickly get over to the other side of this cover spot in 1 second versus like 5 seconds being it slow and quiet, you're only going to be there for 1 second. So if somebody does spot you, they're going to shoot, but you're going to be able to get cover a little bit faster. And you're only there for, you're basically going to be there for 1 second anyway. So I think it's important to move quickly whenever you're passing a dangerous threshold. Moving slow is not good, especially if you don't have like a team of people covering you, because AI aren't going to be the best in this situation. They're all healthy sitting in the back. So this is a very rough thing to deal with. And yeah, this was not great either. Opening this door, exposing yourself immediately. Open this side first so you can pie it better from a distance. I'm going to make a video about angles, but you're basically like, if you walk out here, and you're still crouching actually, so you're moving even slower, so you'll have less reaction time to see people because they'll see you first, and it'll take longer for you to see them. And I will be making a video, as I said, about this kind of principle, because it's an interesting principle that people don't really think about, and something I haven't really known for a long time per se either. Is really interesting concept, but it is funny how he does this little jitter thing. I'm not sure what that is.
I want to see 2 in a flash.
And turning your back is not great. Doing this kind of turn your back thing, I don't like this. He's probably coming back. I know he's crouching. I'm not really sure if it has an effect, quite frankly. I honestly don't know. It was something I could test, but yeah, this is really dangerous. So I know this map pretty well. So he is closing the door behind him. I love that. I do wish he wedged it, but it's not really imperative. Wedge that door, clear this door, and stack on that door. Or better yet, like put your team like here to cover that door. Like just tell them to move. Focus cover on that. And then you can search this one really quickly. There's never anybody in here, but I search it anyway. Then do the double doors, wedge it, or go from here. This way allows you to clear areas, because if there's an enemy in here, and let's say it's wedged, the door is wedged, and they come around, and then they can shoot you from this angle when you're working on this door, and from there's because it goes into the center room, you're going to be getting shot from that room, and then there's a door through this door that can sometimes have an enemy in there, and they're going to be shooting at you. So there's like 3 different angles, and it's going to be the worst thing to approach. I'm sure he's probably going to get really lucky here and have no issues, quite frankly. But just because luck doesn't, punish you, it doesn't mean that you should like try to. It's interesting that he's holding this instead of that, but because this will take a higher priority. This is a lower priority, even though it is active lane to the room. Enemies do have to come a lot of way, but here you don't know who's behind this door, and they can be very close or just in the hallway, and it's a much more closer of a threat. So focusing on that door would have been much better. But I do like how he closed those doors behind him, though, because apparently no one does that. I thought no one was ever gonna be a door closer, but okay, we got some shields. I'm probably gonna watch this a few times. I like that, peeking out, good stuff. So, okay, we're gonna step by step this a little bit. This is a lot of things happening at once. So, if the AI were smarter, they would roll out. So this guy would go around this corner, tighten hold on that corner, and this guy would kind of do the same. He would kind of be closer. So it'd be like, they move here, kind of like just enough to fit someone above him and potentially beside him. There's a threat behind us to the right, so we don't know what's going on with that. There was C2, so anybody in the front of the door will be fine. I think it was a flashbang. Yeah, flashbang. So flashbang and C2 in this area. I don't know where the flashbang went off, but gotta love the AI not moving in time. But they are absorbing a lot of those shots, which is nice. For some reason, I love AI, how they just go into different thresholds. It's just the most silly thing ever. Is that a guy? Hold on, let me check again. I'm just oh no, he went off. I thought this was a helmet. Okay, so I'm gonna just kind of frame by frame here. So they're going in. There's 1, 2. He's absorbing a lot of the shots. This is an action movie right here, if I've ever seen one. I like how he shoots here, and then he takes cover as he pumps his shotgun. That's super nice. I love that. Something I would do. Great, great, great stuff. There's actually, is there a guy right close to him? Wow, that's crazy. That's insane. I'm not sure if these guys have pepperball pistols. I'm not sure if this was made at the time of having a pepperball pistol. Okay, so left side. It was opened. You kind of like interacted with a lot of this. You try to, take out that enemy with the flashbang. Didn't work. Trying to secure that area, maybe with a shield to close the door, would also be a potential nice thing to do. It is also a risk, but like managing off that area would be nice, because you have the left angle, you have this insanely tricky room, especially with regular bullets. This room is annoying to clear because this stupid impenetrable computer apparently just stops bullets all the time. Makes it really hard to see and shoot at suspects through here. And they have this screen that you can actually shoot through. And you got the bathrooms, you got this over here, you got behind you. So you literally have like almost a 360 threat angle. So that's kind of what I want to talk about, like clearing behind you, securing certain types of locations is really imperative, because you can get lucky and get away with it, but then the one time that it does happen, you don't get away with it. And we want to obviously try to like play towards that. Okay, so he's kind of like looking that, oh, that's so lucky that those doors are closed. So that's a very lovely coincidence, or whatever you want to call it. He's pushing up. This is generally what I would do most of the time. It is very scary though. You're exposing yourself to a lot of lanes of fire without looking to try to push this guy. Oh, man, AI are just so silly. Good stuff. Reloading, getting in there. A lot of the time with non-lethal, and this is why it differs so much from lethal. And I mean, I should really just calling it less than lethal, because these things are technically still lethal with headshots. I mean, what? Toothpick is lethal, right? But anyway, My point is with this, with non-lethal, you're really encouraged to quickly go to suspects and deal with each one as you run into them. And why is that? Is because you need to secure them quickly enough so they don't become a threat again. So you're trying to like secure threats very quickly. And if you don't have a team of people, you're forced to kind of do it yourself. Now he has AI with him, but they're only so effective. And ooh, I don't like this. So I would definitely. Like, why can't I? Why is spacer not? Hold on. There we go. Okay. So I don't like going behind somebody and tying them up right away. This is okay, but that's a hot area as well behind him. So it's I would turn him. I'm not sure if this guy has a shield or not, actually. If he has a shield, I think this is relatively okay because the shield will prevent you getting shot, but it's still a risk, and just facing your back to threat lanes is always not fun. I know AI are kind of like limited in how they can help, but there's so much things you can say because this is, I would just call this a one-man clear because AI are just like so incompetent and you can't like communicate with them. It's not even that they're incompetent, it's just that you can't communicate with them in a sense where, and I would have checked that room just a little bit better, or that bathroom. There's been times where an S-Vest is in there and I'm kind of
Keep your hands up.
yeah, I've gotten blown up from it. Feel like he's closing doors. I would kind of secure this area a little bit more. Stack my guys on doors, make sure it's secure before I start securing the bomb. There is a rare occasion that there could have a random guy just sprinting out and taking you out. And obviously we want to limit and minimize that, of course. But so far, I mean, like, it's an S rank run. So this isn't going to be very comparable to non-lethal, sadly. And this is, for future runs, I'm probably going to make it so people can't do S rank runs. Or like, I should say, non-lethal kind of stuff. For some reason, my holding spacebar button thing isn't working, so I'm just going to play with this manual thing. Close that door. Lovely approach. I love the approach. Ooh, I don't like this. Clear the other room to the left first before you mirror this. If you are going to mirror this for a millisecond. See if there's enemy at the door. And then... yeah, he seems to be forgetting about a lot of the other rooms. I would just say, like, the biggest issue that's been going on here is just that there's not as much thoroughness in searching the area. But obviously this is like a constant... so the thing with games... and a game like this, there's predictability to it because there's like spawn locations and behaviors, and there's only, you know, there's like high and low likely chances of things happening based on, you know, what part of the map it is and blah, blah, blah. Like there's very high likely chance there's going to be a guy through here. If not, he's going to be through that door that's just open right there, and bang, there he is on cue. So these games are very predictable, and you can kind of like get into a routine where you are becoming predictable. And it's a tricky thing to try to avoid that. A lot of the time I will check a room as if I don't know what's inside the same way. And obviously I can kind of circumvent that because I know where enemies are going to be statistically. But it's important to try to avoid doing that because the one chance that there is a small variable that's changed and you encounter it, you're going to have... you're learning a habit rather than... like you're learning a habit of a level instead of a habit of a skill and practice of way about going to do things and clearing rooms. Ooh, I don't know what that was. Let me take a look at that. So engagement. If you were AI, if I was this AI, I would be stopping right here and I'd be setting up here. Cross, I'd probably have one, two, three people shooting into that lane. And I'd have a shield here, probably a shield in front of those 3 people, and have a cover and just have a firing lane. I would close the doors behind us, and 1 and 2, and then another shield. Obviously, we can only have 5 people, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a shield in front on each side. People, obviously, this is AI, so you can't do this. It's crazy sometimes how AI can live. If there's a suspect over here and they're shooting, this guy's 100% gone. It is wild. What is he doing? He takes his shield off in a hot lane of fire. He puts it back up. I don't know what he's doing. I just wish they were just a little bit more consistent. Like, even if they have like senses of the AI when they're fighting other AI, because this is just ridiculously silly. Look at that. I know I'm supposed to be reviewing this video, but guys, what is with this? Puts it away, takes it out again, puts it away again. What's this? It's so maddening. Anyway, back to the video. I don't know why you're crossing over. This is very dangerous as well. Maybe you got a little inspired by your AI companions, but this is very risky. And of course, the one door. He tries to breach it, but because that door is cracked open, he can't breach it. Tried to breach it, but yeah, that's annoying, isn't it? Can't close the door, you gotta open it and then close it. That's so fun too. Anyway, this is really scary, and this has been an awful situation. And I don't even blame this person's I don't even blame this person. I blame the AI. Giving him like some sense of false confidence, some sense of that he this is what he should be doing because they're doing it. Whatever the reason is. That was super scary and dangerous. Yeah. I would just flash the entrance here and close the doors if you wanted to. Wedge it. Focus on the things behind you. Close the doors to the left of you where you came out of them. Wedge those things. So you have a completely encased defense area. Then just work on the stuff behind you. Because this is there's a lot of limitations from the game that you're kind of just seeing all in one moment here of the AI and the doors and, you know, like the functionality of a lot of this, all of this stuff is just, it's wild. So I would close the store and work on the door behind me. Just do a little quick check down the staircase. Ooh, this is a little scary. Yes, definitely be on you. So you want to pie actually further away from this, and I kind of see this quite a bit. You want to be over here when you're pieing. And as I said, I'll be talking about this principle at some point. I just keep forgetting to make a video about it and doing a bunch of other stuff. Ooh, yep. So if you pie wide, you would have seen somebody. He did like a little peek, I think, if I remember correctly. He does a little peek, turns his back. This is kind of a good example of he snaps to it pretty quick. He must have some good speed, and that was super lucky too. That's a good move. I like that. I think. Hold on. First of all, great reactions, great player probably. Issue is one of these days that's the great. Your talented will run out, and then that's when you need reliable tactics. But so, okay, so let me kind of like rewind this. So he takes a shot, yells at him, and pushes point. That's super interesting. I kind of like this. In my brain, I would do this, especially with non-lethal. Simply because, this is going to be tricky to explain, but pushing past a target to secure them so that then the people behind you, which is your AI in this circumstance, can secure behind you. It's obviously going to be better if it's with people instead of AI, but pushing past the target to secure that kind of taken thing. He's stunned. He knows he's safe. He can walk past that AI. The suspect that's been stunned. He yells at him, gets past him, kind of covers more. Why? Because he's going to be securing this area. I do like how he pushes out though. I don't like how he turns his back though again. If he is going to, yeah. Check this door because there can be a guy in this corner. if there's X-ray, there's a guy usually can be in this corner sometimes, or just in this room. Just check your angles. There's just a lot of situations where you're passing a dangerous threshold and not considering it. Just trying to be as thorough as possible. And wow, there's guys behind us. That's, unless that was the same guy. It is the same guy, I think. Yes. What? No, he had a blue jacket. Okay, so there was an extra guy from out of nowhere. Where did this guy come from? This is why I want you guys to have your cameras on, so I can get potential more information. Yeah, because you got that guy, and then this guy came out of nowhere. He obviously came from here. Why was he pushed up so far? That's wild. Securing doors. Potentially, he may even, as I said, kind of, and that's why I wanted to secure this area first, is maybe could have even come from that hallway. Probably unlikely. Probably just came from the main room, but... So, once again, pulling back, when you're close to a wall and there's space far away from you, it's important to do this from a distance. Also, if this door opens, this is just a minor angle thing. If this door opens, while you're throwing a flash leaning out here, you're going to get shot from that angle. If you're further back, he has to come out further, giving you a little bit more chance to react, or your team to help you with the suspect that would be shooting at you. So this, even though this is, to be fair, this is totally the threat. That's what you should be focusing on. This is going to be the threat. The door over here is just a potential threat. So, but it is still a potential threat. So it's important to know, and obviously you would have someone covering you behind you. Obviously the AR, you know, they do what they can do, but... So that was good. Okay, so I would, yeah, shoot him with a beanbag, and I would check right. I would check right, take cover, and just kind of like secure the area over here. That's off screen. Just shoot again, reload like one, get over here. Yeah, this is a... I'm flashbanging that corner. I flashbang around this pillar if I'm coming from the bridge, coming in through here. I'm flashing anywhere in here. If I'm coming from where he came from, I'm flashing in here, like around the corner, around this pillar. This pillar is a nightmare. I hate this pillar so much. There's a suspect, let's say there's a suspect like off here, off camera. Technically speaking, he's super close to the wall. I could be, if I was a person in the game and being able to shoot, you can stand here and he wouldn't see the player right now that we're watching. He wouldn't be able to see me, and I'd be able to shoot him. I would be able to see him. And I'd be able to see him first. To be clear, obviously, is the idea. Which is a huge disadvantage, of course. I would check to the right, check to the left. So here, you go up to that wall, you check to the right, far. He does it for that. I'm going to screen, not the whole thing. I would check over here, because there's guys that come from the bathroom, or hide in the bathroom or whatever. And then once you're here and checking into that lane of fire, then you can peek out or flashbang this, or back up, go around this pillar, then look and pie and position yourself here so you don't get shot from... You're protected from one angle essentially here. So the suspects over here would have to come all the way up here to attack you here. If you're standing here, to look this way. And same thing if you're standing here, you can look down this way without a suspect. You have to come up to you close, right? But obviously you would do cross coverage in this if you had players. One person would be here, the person would be there. You guys would be looking in your opposite directions to cover each other. And it's cross coverage.
Hands up, do it now.
It's so weird how there's a little stutter. I don't know what that is. I'd be curious to see if who's ever doing this is to tell me what that little weird stutter is. It's very mouse behavior kind of behavior. It's weird because I know he's using a controller. So yeah, a lot of the time it's just
Begin search. Secure
there's too many things to think about when you're in the battle and in the moment. All the angles and all the locations and all like the priorities and everything else. Like even I'm not perfect either. But the biggest thing is just trying to be as thorough as possible, even if it's like annoying. And a lot of time when you're trying to be thorough, you're slower. And obviously catching up with the speed and being thorough is what being good a lot of this stuff is. Where you are, oh. Okay, wait, did you check that all the way? Okay, that's the left. I don't think you checked this all the way. Okay, no, I think that's okay. Okay. This is kind of quick, I wasn't sure. There's another bathroom. I'm not sure what you're doing now. He must have just forgot that he had cleared this.
You come here. You're
Oh boy.
LSPD, don't move.
So yeah, he is getting very lucky in the sense that he's not having to deal with any specific engagements when he's going into certain lanes of fire.
Get down.
Got a civvy here.
We've got this under control. That boy is here.
He does have a Hawaiian shirt, and oh man, I love AI. Isn't this the best thing ever? Isn't this the experience of Ready or Not? That there's a guy just blocking you in a doorway. I do like that he is checking. Honestly, it's a little redundant. For all of the other times that he is not checking stuff, in these moments where he is checking stuff, now he's being thorough. And maybe it's just because there's not a lot going on. Like I would have checked this much sooner. Unless he's just going down here now. Okay, so just to be clear, at the start of the mission, I'm not sure if you can see, what time is it? 14:39. So here, at the start of the mission, what am I looking at? Come on. He forgot to clear this room. This room can have a civvy. This room can have a hostile. Rare chance it's a hostile, but it's still possible. And then where else? In here, he forgot. He cleared this. He checked this bathroom. He didn't check the far one. I'm not sure if it was open or not. It is not open. He didn't check this bathroom, I don't think. Just speed this up. It's a little. I think the overall arcing thing here is just being like the lesson to take away from this is just being super thorough. Which room is this? Or does he close? Oh, he does clear this one. Okay, my bad. My bad. I make mistakes too. So he cleared this. He cleared that. What else did he miss? I thought he missed something. So obviously he missed over here, of course. Oh, it was on the top floor here. He didn't clear. Goes to this room. He peeks in the center. He didn't clear this room. He didn't clear this room. And I'm pretty sure he didn't clear this room either. I think. Well, it's gonna completely skim. It was up. Okay, so he does. He peeked in. I'm in. A little peek. I would have liked a little bit more thoroughness because there can be guys around these door corners. He does close it though, which I do like. And going around. Yeah, and again, he's not checking over here. This makes me so anxious when I was watching this. So it's just like a few things that he's missing rooms. He's not clearing the floor. I definitely think he totally has the capability of doing this. Because this looks like, generally speaking, this is like a competent player, right? Kind of understands what's going on most of the time. He's just making like slight oversight. So let's go back to the original time. 14 something I said. Yep. Been on the stairs. Yeah, so he missed the bathroom on this floor, that other room on that floor, and then at the start, he missed that one room back here. So there's a lot of rooms where he's leaving potential threats where they can then re-engage where he's already cleared and become a threat anywhere, making the whole room dangerous potentially, where you are trying to, you have to clear the whole room over again instead of just like chronologically clearing. And when I mean chronologic, I just mean like everything in behind you needs to be cleared basically. So if you're looking in an angle, you don't have to worry about angles from behind you. Is basically what I'm talking about. Good shot. I do like how he's going along the walls. Good stuff. Tell him to turn around and move to my position. Also tell him to move to the position. When they're turned around, they are less likely to, or very low chance of them ever pulling a weapon. I think I've never seen anyone pull a weapon when they were turned around. Unless there's somebody in front of them. Flashing is an interesting choice. Oh, I cannot see. It is dark in here. Night vision. Night vision. Flashlight. Pistol, flashlight. Night vision. I don't like this room. This room is... Ooh, don't step too far. Okay, yeah, I don't mind this. Not sure if the flash is necessary. It is a good flash, to be correct. I'm just, I know the map, so I'm kind of being stupid here. Oh, I don't like this room at all. This is a really bad room. The reason why this is a bad room, especially basically for non-lethal, if there's a guy in front of this door or anywhere around this door, like on the outside, 100% chance it's going to be way harder to shoot them because you can't shoot them in the head because you don't want to get not an S rank, and their legs are covered and their body might be obstructed. You have to be like really precise with your shots. 2 angles as you go up into here. You're exposing yourself to this angle and that angle, and of course you have to deal with that front potential threat, and you still have to clear this room as well. Okay, I'd probably be best just to show this on door kickers, honestly, but stay to one side first. You'd want to stay on this side's door, go up until here, see what you can see, then you're going to very dangerously pull all the way back, kind of where you are, just right here when you open the door. Just going to cling to that corner. You're going to check between both doors, or just flashbang and check it really quickly. So you can flashbang here, move up to here, check in here, quickly pie and check over there, then go into this room. There's a lot of variations you can kind of do. There's probably something you could do to improve that I kind of just said, but probably be a better way. But that's just like a quick. Oh, that door's open. Ooh, close that door just right beside you before you do anything else. Oh, that's a bad flash. Man, I love bad flashes. They're just so fun. Oh man, I'm sorry. This isn't bullying. I have bad flashes all the time. That was probably the funny flash. Oh man, yeah. That's why I had that. Close that door. Oh man, that was so funny. Close that door. Oh, flash. Ooh, flash yourself. Careful. Oh my. Oh, this is so. This is not great. He did get the guy. Okay. That guy's annoying. He's waddling away. Don't let him get away. There'd be a lot of video more if I explained everything that was wrong going on. And let me be clear about something. If you make one mistake, that's the mistake that should be fixed. If you make one mistake and then you continue on, and you're in a different situation. There's like a bunch of other tiny mistakes. You can't correct all those really easily because you made that first mistake. So the first mistake was the overarching important big mistake was not closing this door. That's the catalyst to all the other potential mistakes that are occurring. It's like, let's say for example, in it, you're playing a game and you push a location and you're like, okay, I'm going to go up these stairs, and then there's 20 guys all near you and they're just all pointing their weapons at you and they shoot you. And you're like, okay, I should have dodged all these bullets, did a slide tackle, bounced off the wall, shot that guy, used that guy as cover, shot this guy, rolled off of him. Though that's great. You could have done all that stuff. But the first mistake was just going up the stairs and not checking that there was 20 enemies in that room. Is the first mistake that lets you not make a bunch of other impossible, because you're just putting yourself in a harder situation when you make one big mistake. The big mistake was not closing that door, not watching that door. Also, this flash is hilarious, and I'm not bullying, I swear. That was a funny flash, though. And going in here, not closing this door. And there is a suspect in here. I think, was there even a suspect there? It's so dark in here. Put your night vision on. I see. I can't see. There's the flash. Bang. Where's that? Where is this flash coming from? There's sparks from behind you, as if there was somebody here, or like is he in this corner? Okay, there's bullet walls. What the? Oh, is it like? Oh, those aren't holes. Those are. What are those? Just like pieces of dirt. I guess the flash is coming from here. It's hitting that. Man, that looked like there was somebody behind, like shooting from here. Not that I can see, but yeah. Okay, there's like sparks coming in from here, and it's hitting the wall. Okay. I thought there was also a suspect here for something, or like even in the double doors. Kind of confused there. Yeah. So, as I said, this door was not closed, creating an issue. Now I'm not gonna discuss every issue that comes on from here, but pushing into this is very dangerous. There's a suspect. Pull him in, close the door. Deal with that, right? Get safe, get a good position to get a good defensive position. You go out there while the guy's shooting, it's going to be rough. He does blow a flashbang, so that's good. That is a good thing to do. He flashes them, he shoots them. Great. Another door of exposure, another door of exposure. Guys to the back of you exposed. Also in the room that you just came from where that guy was shooting at you. What if a guy comes in there? A lot of unsecured areas. Pushing into a lane of fire, very scary. He's doing this, which is good. Tell him to turn around. Cover this. Your guy should be pushing up here or something. Obviously you can't do it because you're AI, but you know what I'm talking about. We're talking about the generalized concepts. And exposing yourself into this room. Just close this door so he can't move. Tell him to move. And bring him to you. Pushing into this door without checking this lane of fire. Turning your side where you don't have plates. Turning your back again. Come in here, close that door to the far side. Close this door immediately. Boom. Don't want to deal with that threat. Close this door while you're scaring him. Don't want to deal with any threats. Tell your guys to secure this door. Tell your guys to secure that door. Tell your guys to secure the door to the left in that corner around that edge there. Lots of things, lots of options to do. Okay, so it looks like that's it for the video. But I assume he got an S rank, as he kind of said. So the overarching things that I would say that are important about this video is thoroughness. You need to be super thorough. Now, he got lucky and basically got all the suspects, all civilians, whatever, right? Great. He missed one room here. Missed this room. He missed... He did check this with a mirror gun, I think, but he didn't open the door. Just open the door and check, I think. I think he checks with a mirror gun. Let me just check this real quick. Nice shot, though. Great shots. And this room is very insanely complex, where it takes so much thought power to figure out which room to check first. It would take me probably like 5 minutes to try to like math this path out for proper room clearing, for angles and all that, especially including windows. He jams this. Okay, so he checks this door. I guess he did check it. I keep forgetting. I keep thinking it's this bathroom. It's the other bathroom upstairs. Yeah, so he gets that. AIs are annoying. We all know this. So he forgot to check that room. Right to the left of him. Right here. He forgot to check this room. Either civilian or hostile. He forgot to check... As I've said before, through these double doors. Where am I? I'm getting disoriented. This room, you forgot to check this room. Or this is where the bomb door is, where you go to the left in the big open area, bomb in the center, computer and stuff. Forgot to check this room and down the hallway a little bit. Then we have... And obviously, this is obvious that I'm pointing out a lot of mistakes here. Those are important to talk about, but he is doing a lot of things right, to be very clear. I love how he closes doors. He didn't check this room as much as I'd want him to check this room. A lot of the times I have peeked in both kind of sides and angles, and there was still a guy in here. It was super obnoxious, because sometimes they like to hide in tight corners. You just can't see them until you go and enter the whole room. So just clearing that room, close that door, go check that. You know, you can mirror this gun really quickly. See there's no threats. Unmirror gun, go back, and clear that room. Like, there's no reason to be leaving things unsecured, essentially. This is always an annoying thing to cross. Doesn't matter how you cross it a lot of the time. Minor thing, you can like crouch along the side, then you want to run with a shield to block shots and blah blah blah. You don't have the shield, so just blah blah blah. And closing this door, he wedges it. That's fine. I have no issue with that. Going into this area, not checking the right side, the AR being stupid. Close this door best you can. Obviously he tries to do his best, but then the game is just annoying. Where am I? Checking this area out. You know, like walk up here while looking at that door. Turn to close that door really quickly, and then work on that door behind you to where the exit is or whatever, that green sign. This stacking your people on those doors behind you, or like this one door into this room right here. Turn around, close doors behind you where you came from, always securing that back behind you, because an enemy does run out right behind you, and you're lucky that the team really took him out. Pieing this wider, throwing this. Oh wait, what? Where's my criticism here? Pushing past this. I think holding this, yeah, turning your back. A lot of the time it's just unthorough with checking is the #1 thing I would say. Like the #1 takeaway. And a lot of the time it's just you exposing yourself in dangerous lanes of fire. So like just be super thorough with where you're checking. And then after that, making sure, because let me see if he does actually check this, because I want to be sure that I'm not saying something that's not true or something. So, room for men or women? Is that a woman or man? I gotta look at the other side. I don't know what it is. Restrooms. There's an S. So he checks this mirror gun. That's fine. There's another room. There's another room. There's the arrows here. Yeah, just checking that bathroom. Is there ever a moment where he checks it? Maybe it's before he starts wedging it and closes the door. Let me try to be as fair as possible. For this. That's the other room, right there.
Jam the door.
Didn't check that room. Okay. And yeah, so just be super thorough with what rooms you're checking. Make sure you're like, let's the room, go through the space again. Because what's confusing to me is why he's checking this area more after he's already like cleared the places he's cleared, which is a good thing to do, but he's not clearing the rest of the room to really. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, being stupid. And then this mistake here where you don't close that door and you kind of like just kept going into more and more danger. And you just kind of like kept putting yourself into more dangerous situations, exposing yourself to so many lanes of fire. So those are the key things. I did not realize this was 5:56 minutes. I really need to work on not stalking so much. Anyway, so overall, as I kind of just did a little bit of summarizing, just making sure you're checking every door, because the one time that you don't check it is going to be the one time that you got taken out. We're not trying to look for luck here. We're always trying to look for consistency. So if you were to do this 1,000 times the exact same way, how many times would you have been killed is the concept that I put forth. But generally speaking, he does have a lot. He has good movement. He has some good ideas. He's mirror gunning. He's using his tools. He's using his flashbangs. I like all of his flashbangs essentially were good. I actually say I think that all of his flashbangs were like good uses of flashbangs, because he's using it to clear a space or a room, like entry. I think they were solid, quite frankly. I really like the utilization of flashbangs. I feel like it feels like he wasn't afraid to use flashbangs, and that's something you should be comfortable doing, because a lot of the time people are really scared to use flashbangs. Like even a flashbang here, if you whiff it or whatever, because there's I think he comes in here and then he hides behind here.
He's not here.
I would have just kept watching, see what's going on. Because he just parks there. He just chills right there. Because he flashes, he comes around the corner, and he's not there. And I don't think he got stunned, because you probably would have heard him screaming. And as I said, just you're putting yourself into danger a lot of time too much. And to some degree, you have to have some leeway whenever you're playing by yourself. And what I mean by yourself, I mean with AI and even by yourself, because you can't do all these things by yourself. A lot of the time, these things are just so difficult. So you're trying to like, you're doing shortcuts. Like everybody's doing shortcuts to be able to do certain things, because you have to prioritize the higher threat in your mind. You can't always have extra safety is the idea whenever you're playing solo. So it is really sad when, there's 3 doors and you can't secure them all safely with covering angles with your teammates and everything else. But as I said for the last time, probably just making sure that you're securing everywhere and being more thorough, and then being more conscious about when you step into through a doorway. I think that just to be those would be the biggest things. Make sure whenever you're stepping through a doorway, it's safer. Maybe he has a justification for stepping out here when he was getting shot at. Where is it? Right here. Because I would never ever, I would close the store immediately. I'm like, I'm not dealing with that. We can figure that out later. Because like suspects getting shot at, the door's gonna close, it'll push him in here, so he's less likely to get shot. Yeah. Stepping out here. So scary.
Move to the sound of my voice.
Because what's crazy, if this is the end of the level, and he gets an S rank here. Yeah, order to chaos. Okay. Because on the other side of the other starting point of this map is a location where there's like a lot of enemies in that, like it's like an operating room or something. I don't know. Like where the locker rooms are and the bathrooms, and obviously those are probably all the civilians, of course, but a lot of the time there's just always enemies down there. I've never not had enemies down there a lot of the time. I've always at least had one. So it's crazy that this is the end of the Order of Chaos. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, like I would have, if I was in this game, I would have got shot from down this hall. I was peeking out. I would have got shot from behind when he was going over here. Would have get shot here. Like, I don't know. It's super common things that would happen if you were to do these things. Like whenever I would be playing. But yeah, overall it was good. I mean, you got the S rank, which is good. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for the video. So the biggest takeaways are, make sure to be super thorough with what you're securing. Super thorough with what you're securing. Double check if you have to. Triple check. Spend a little bit more time because it's going to save you in the future. Whenever you're stepping through a doorway, or going into any space for that matter, make sure to look at every location where an enemy can be. And I don't mean that like, I would I would say focus on the doors. Focus on all the doors. So make sure you're being thorough. Focus on all the doors. If there's doors opened, close it. Deal with it later. Close doors. Then deal with the rest of the room. Then when you're done dealing with the rest of the room, then you can work on that door. Make sure you try to work on every door. Is another thing too. Check every door. And just be kind of careful and cautious around them. And then just make sure you're being more thorough, I would say. Those are like the big takeaways, I would say. But he definitely has some good attributes too. He's using his gadgets and stuff. He's just using his mirror gun. I would put it away a little bit sooner whenever you're using your mirror gun. I feel like you have it out for a little bit too long where you can risk getting shot while you're moving. Make sure you have your weapon out whenever you are moving into a new space that you have not seen, or where there could be a potential threat arising. He is aiming where, you know, suspects will be, which I like. He's turning his back a little bit too much, so just try to avoid that as well. Then there's always a wolf wherever a threat is. You're never turning your back to them, right? You're always looking at them until you're broken line of sight kind of thing. And even then, still be kind of looking in that direction. So yeah, that is it for the video. Thanks for watching and have a good day.